welcome back. I'm delighted to introduce the two clinical managers for home support, Sonia and Krista. How long has there been two of you? Why have I missed that?
Why have you missed that? Well, actually, Shirley Stewart was the second one added to me, and that was probably over a year and a half ago. There was two of us, and then there became three.
I see. Are there three now?
No.
Now there are two.
Yeah, so Shirley's got the home support manager position. So
all right.
It's Shirley, who's at the home support. Then we recently hired Richa, that we introduced at the last Channel 6, Richa, and she's the assistant home support manager. And then Sana and I are the clinical managers.
All right, I see. All right. Krista, didn't you used to do it by yourself?
Yeah.
All right. Well, things have grown to the point where you need more help.
Right.
Exactly. Exactly.
All right. Well, ladies, I know how excited you are to be here today. And what have you got to report?
Well, we wanted to talk about the 5 awesome reasons to choose home support.
Oh, 5 awesome reasons.
5 awesome reasons.
You know, in all my years of hosting, I don't believe I have ever heard 5 awesome. And I don't mean that sarcastically. I just haven't heard them.
Right.
All right. Start.
Okay. I'll go with reason number 1, which is we have awesome staff. We have, and that's one of the reasons that some people should consider home support, because we have nurses that supervises our aides, and we have nurses that usually will do the care plan. The nurses will come in and initiate the care plan to whatever request the client have. And also we have nurses that are supervised. We supervise, the clinical managers, Krista and I supervise the nurses, and making sure that they go out, do the care plan, do the initial assessment with the client, do the admission process. Sometimes when we go in to do the admission process, people ask why we have to do the vitals, why we have to do an assessment, but these are all things that help to develop the care plan, so that if there's any issues, we can fall back and say, hey, during the initial opening, this is what was going on. So that's reason number 1.
You know, I think the whole idea of a care plan is really critical. That a lot of people think I have to be able to call you and say I want 2.5 hours,
Right.
every other day,
Right.
kinds of things, rather than the fact that you will help them evaluate what
Exactly.
they need,
Right.
Exactly.
and what their specific needs are.
Right.
Are both of you RNs?
Yes.
That's what I thought.
We are RNs.
Okay.
Right.
And we have the aides that are very well trained, is the other part of that. So the supervision is always there for the care planning process, any clinical concerns that the nurse oversees, as well as us, okay? But the aides are well trained. When they're interviewed, they take a 50-question test, and they need to pass that test before they even get the interview.
Is that a knowledge-based test?
Yes,
It's a
it
knowledge
is.
base.
It is. Now, they're all certified nurses assistants, okay, which
What
is
does
very
that mean?
important.
Is that a Green Spring certification, or is it a?
It's a state.
It's a
It's a state. All right. All right.
Right. So they go through a course level work, and then they take a certification.
Does Green Spring provide that?
It does not.
It does not.
Where do they get that?
Oh, there's academies out there. There's schools for that, even in
Nova?
community.
Nova.
Nova?
Yes, Nova has it.
All right.
That also
All right.
offers it.
What is it? A
Right.
couple of months? Something
It's-
like
I think it's about 6 months.
Yeah.
about 6
depending.
months.
6
All
months,
right.
yeah.
I didn't realize
Right.
they
Right.
got that much training.
Yes.
So that is one of the advantages we do have here at Home
Now,
Support.
the certification, do some of the private duty aides probably are not certified?
Correct. They are not.
They're not.
All right.
Some of them are
Right.
not. Yeah,
Thank
they're
you.
not.
Right. And some of them are.
Yeah,
you know,
some of them
but
are.
some of them are not. So that is one of the advantages that we have.
That
but-
all of yours are certified.
They're all
Right,
certified.
right. So they are well trained. So that's one of the first things. I think that all the staff is supervised that we
Right.
have. you know.
Okay.
The second part is we started off saying that we have awesome staff, and we really do. And it goes from the managers. We work very hard.
If you do say so yourself.
Right. We work very hard, but certainly the heart of it is really up to the nurses and the aides, as well as the scheduler. It is really a teamwork that goes on. And we've been creating a new team because we have a lot of newer schedulers that have joined us, and it's been a joy to do that. I would say I, in the past, had mainly supervised professional staff before I came here. So to walk into supervising, at that point, 120 aides, it was a breath of fresh air.
Right.
It was really, I mean, they're caring, they're kind. It's the culture where they treat the residents like their parents. I've heard that over and over.
Right.
It is really a caring attitude that they carry in and out of the home. You know, understanding the different conditions they have, knowing that if someone gets angry or agitated with them, it's just part of their condition, you know, and they can put themselves in their shoes and respond in such a kind and caring way that sometimes it's difficult. You know, it's very difficult. So
How many aides do you have now?
we have about 100 and
I think 110, about 110, 115.
But
about that.
more full-time than you
yes,
used to.
yes.
When you said you had 120.
Right.
So we have full-time and
Full-time
part-time
and
aides.
part-time aides and flex aides.
And you also have mentioned the fact that the schedulers now are able to maintain continuity
Right.
Yes.
of particular aides.
Yes.
Okay.
And we're
All
doing
right.
much better.
Continue.
Okay,
please.
so our third awesome reason is coordination of care, and that's a biggie here on campus, I should say. Meaning, because we're here on site, we know the resources already that are out there for the residents, as well as the nurses, as well as the aides. Okay, so yesterday, Dr. Thomas had called downstairs and said, you know, a resident just broke her foot, and I'm thinking she may need home support. You know, Dr. Thomas wouldn't have reached out to another private duty agency for that.
All right.
They knew immediately that I think maybe someone should give her a call. And we get that frequently.
Oh, you do? So
do.
you're coordinating with the medical
Yes,
center,
we
too?
We do.
Okay, I think that's something that will come as news to a lot of us.
Right.
And
good.
last week we had a client that fell in the bathroom, a client of ours, and we had sent the nurse out immediately on that day. Well, within 2 or 3 hours, we had sent her out to take a look to say, why did that happen? And the equipment was old. It looked like the PDA that was in there with them needed some caregiver instruction. So we were able to call the physician and get the order for home health to go out and make that evaluation, which would not have happened if they weren't here with
All
Green
right.
Springs Home Support.
All right, so this really is part of our continuum of care here.
Right. Right.
And it's situations, the social worker and us, we work very close together. I would say that we talk daily to some social workers every day.
Do you?
Yes.
When the nurses make their admissions, they also will say this is what the client has ordered, or if there's any sort of concerns. Even on admission, they'll contact them at the very beginning. If we have a concern with the aide going into the home and she sees a lot of people, I should say a lot of people, some people in independent living have dementia. So if they see that that patient is more disoriented in the last 3 days, they usually report it to us. We'll pass that on to the social worker. Or if their environment is not looking the same. You know, does housekeeping need to come in to assist? Do we need to increase our services? And sometimes we can't always talk the client into that, or sometimes,
I can imagine.
or the POA. So the social worker really is an adjunct to us to help us get services
All
in
right,
there
so
to
you're
meet.
acting as a team here.
Yeah,
Right.
very much
It
so.
is.
So it,
And I would think security in terms of incident reports
Right.
and things of that sort as well.
Right.
and any sort of clinical concern. I mean, even when the nurses go in to see the client, it can be anything from a clinical concern to a medication concern to just a change of status with them. They pick up the phone and they call the physician. And we can talk to our physicians much quicker. We can talk to outside physicians. We don't have a problem in doing that. But because we're here on site, our physicians know if Mary Canoe is calling, there's a reason I need to get on the phone.
All right, so
know.
you have better access.
We
then.
do.
Right, yes, we do.
All right, I see that we're down to the last minute here.
Oh,
You're awesome. We have 2 more awesomes,
okay.
don't you?
Yes,
Yeah.
we do.
All right, going to have to be
Okay.
quick awesome.
Awesome number 4 is custom care, which means a lot of the private duty agencies require 3 to 4 hours of service, but they can have 1 hour of service with us.
Right.
Oh, that's your minimum?
That's the
Right.
minimum.
Is 1 hour?
And we do have a lot of clients that have 1 hour in the morning, 1 hour in the evening, 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours in the evening,
So
they
you're
can
offering
have.
much more flexibility, aren't
Right.
you?
Yes, we do.
Very much so, and it is exactly what they want. I shouldn't say exactly all the time, but we also offer escort services for
Escort service.
on campus and off campus. So that's another nice thing that we're able to do. That's just a smaller charge. Awesome number 5. Do I need to go on?
Yes, yes.
Is the after hour and the weekend accessibility. We have lots of clients that may come in Friday evening from the hospital and all of a sudden need care. And we are easily accessible in the after hours and on the weekend. And we're able to get in there, provide the care that's needed. If there's a clinical concern with a client, the on-call nurse is called. The on-call nurse can call the physician for follow-up if needed, because there's always an on-call physician at Green Springs. So all that really adds into making a bigger package because the resources are there for the residents if they choose Green Springs Home Support.
All right, Krista. Well, I think what you're saying is that these are awesome services.
They are.
They
are.
truly are.
Yes.
I think that was a wonderful wrap up.
Well,
Yes.
thank you.
That was really very helpful. I think it was a great overview.
Good.
Folks, I see that our time is up, so we'll stop now and have a quick roll in.